with an imminent Bitcoin breakout loading. The weekly MACD is showing us the 12 moving average being on the verge of crossing over the 26. Last time this happened was coincidentally last October. And you guys know by now I'm not a trader, I'm not a TA guy, but on these higher time frames I do like to pay attention to them. Just a lot more reliable with a lot less fake outs. And last year it was the week of October 16th, and this time it's the same week, being the 14th. It then led to a 172% move in 21 weeks. Even if it does just half of that at 86%, it would put Bitcoin at 115k by March. Time and time again, we keep seeing the same exact things play out as last year, and the confluence between the two is almost kind of uncanny. And according to this guy, intern, the most bullish indicator of them all probably just fired off with the McRib coming back. I wish I was joking, but the last 2 times that happened, a lot of upside. Yet again, it's coming back. So, but on a more serious, actually no, it's not. It's not serious at all. But previously, I mentioned a possible meta that could play out this cycle, and exactly what I thought would happen is happening, and we still could be early to the point where if you wanted to get involved with this, you could, which is the fact that TikTok could be used to shill different crypto in what's probably the most efficient way you can do it, which is TikTok. Obviously mostly kids use it and is promoting meme coins on the platform, but not in the conventional way where you have someone sitting on camera talking about a meme coin, but instead creating entire personas and stuff about them. So for example, this meme coin Ponke has an entire page dedicated to it, and the videos are great.
Where is it? Hello? Hey, I'm eating popcorn right now. And it's really good. Wow, baby, that's amazing. Do you even like me?
They're funny and creative, and I think almost act as like a bridge toward the average TikTok viewer, which is the average retail person, young person, and what we have going on here with the whole crypto thing. And it kind of seems like it's working. They started the meme coin in January when the whole meme coin sector started popping off, but it was March where they started posting videos, and since then, this chart has kind of been up and to the right. And I've seen a couple others also popping up on my For You page. I wonder, if we do get a bullish end to this cycle and meme coins do very well and retail starts coming in, how will this combination of having almost a TikTok instead of Twitter community come into play? So I always felt like this could be a meta, and it seems like it's playing out. Also, this coin Pesci is another one, and this one seems a little bit more intentional. The coin was created on April 14th and the page started posting relentlessly right after that. Point is, I haven't really seen anyone else talk about this, but it does open up an entirely new avenue, and if you wanted, it might be worth trying something, making a meme coin, making TikToks. It's free. Probably won't work, but I think it's better than going on crypto Twitter and trying to shill things there. Also, SUI is making a move into AI. I think quite the bold move of trying to connect themselves with AI. They probably already would have been the biggest alternative layer 1 this cycle, but it seems like they really want to solidify that. And it makes sense, right? The combination of AI and blockchain is something I've been talking about forever now, but not in terms of what something like a bittensor does. Bittensor is a bit different. Here specifically, I'm talking about blockchain as it is and using its immutability to verify different AI properties, which is exactly what SUI did, using a smart contract soft audit to test the vulnerability of a trained large language model. And so that makes things very interesting, because when we look at the AI sector, Near Protocol has also pulled this off, being used for content verification and intellectual property use cases. And ICP talks a lot about implementing the two, the combination of AI and blockchain, but I don't think they've done something like this yet. As far as having a different team come onto the network and use the network for that. For example, with SUI, it was those at Miston Labs who used it for such. But I now wonder, how does this change the AI crypto landscape? And forget the capabilities, just the narrative itself. How does that come into repricing SUI to the upside? If I were them, I would hold on a bit. The project was already setting up for a lot of network effects. I would play it like something like a Cardano of last cycle with the whole promises of smart contracts, which was, remember, enough to send it to 100 billion. When it comes to speculation, the promise is probably the most important thing. So maybe hype up some crazy AI development and then just keep delaying it. But if they weren't already, with all the contexts I talked about SUI in the past, the bags are now definitely packed. And speaking of AI, bittensor recently launched EVM compatibility, and I have to admit, learning about this development a couple months ago, I wasn't the most excited, and now that it's gone live, I'm still not that excited. It's cool, but I actually don't think it's bullish, and in my opinion, it could have waited. Personally, I'm a lot more focused on dynamic tau. I think that is becoming a necessity. The weight copying is still a very big issue and quite ugly in my opinion. Recently, there's been a bit of a controversy of the yields given by these different validators, and the whole thing is that there's accusations certain validators are only able to give out certain yields because they're weight copying and putting in no work, not using any of the money invested into them, and just this cycle of trying to get as much tau staked with them as possible. And I had a little thesis, which is that if dynamic tau goes live by the end of the year, which should be the case, I think it could lead to quite the big rally, because this happened last year when subnets went live. They launched in October, and the rest is history. So I was hoping that we get a repeat of that. And I saw this tweet by Miles talking about how 1 out of every $3 from VCs is going into AI. In the bear market, one of the most important things, even more so than buying coins, is figuring out what the big narrative is going to be of next cycle. And after ChatGPT went live in December 2022, I got very excited because there was no doubt, in my opinion, it was going to be AI. And the conviction in that idea has not changed. In fact, it's only gotten stronger. So if you haven't already, I would strongly pay attention to the artificial intelligence sector. Honestly, I think everything's just going to go crazy up. Also with the GPU plays and those that offer different computing resources, I would still pay attention to them. Render Network, Akash Network is an amazing project. They have a lot of cool stuff going on. AIOZ is obviously just another level. And then also some of these smaller cap GPU, CPU data plays, nosana, Node AI, Hash AI, Neural AI, zkml. The point is, for these new AI models that are readily coming out, the computational power needed to achieve that AI training, I think there comes an inflection point where centralized means just won't fit the bill. And so this is sort of an old prophecy we've been talking about for such a long time now. It's kind of like old and boring even, but it's still incredibly true. The distributed nature of blockchain and crypto is one of the only current tangible ways to solve this. And I believe A16Z released an article alluding to exactly this, where again, one of the more notable things is the sheer increase in AI training. So again, with the whole democratization of computing resources and how that's only feasible through blockchain. And also, very interestingly, the potential proposition and incentivization of different people offering resources and data, which is coincidentally what a lot of the whole bittensor thesis is based on. The idea of compensating computational power, therefore AI models, therefore artificial intelligence, therefore decentralizing it. So the way I'm going to play it is I'm invested in a lot of these GPU plays, but there may be a disparity between proper projects. In other words, do they even have what they're saying they have? I still think they'll run incredibly hard, but when this cycle is over and it all comes crashing down, we'll probably find out that most of these projects were, probably embellishing a little bit at least. But I think once all the frauds are washed out and we see who's actually real and who's not, it'll become an extremely attractive, I think, sector and narrative next cycle. Don't get me wrong, it'll still be this cycle, but I think next cycle it can be the narrative. But taking it one day at a time, we'll leave it there for now. If you enjoyed these market updates, I do them every once in a while just to give you guys perspective on what I'm seeing. I know my takes are a bit, unique, so helping to broaden the point of view. So for more of them, subscribe, and I should be back for a next one, but no promises.